Welcome to OpenMentor.net. In this session we are going to see JavaScript exception handling. JavaScript is an interpreter. That means any line you have given, it will start executing line by line. It will not produce a single exe after compiling all these lines. So it will execute these 4 lines, then only it will come to this line and then see whether it is correct or not. Obviously, if you see this line, I have misspelled WRITE. Instead, I have written WITE. I missed it. So let us go and then execute this, load this JavaScript on this page. I expect some error message to come, but let us see. Nothing shows up. In Internet Explorer, it may even show a JavaScript error. So in those cases, what should I do? Errors will happen. Everybody is a human being. There is a chance of error. Unless otherwise we have a proper testing done, it may lead to problems. So I know I can correct this, but even if there are some uncaught errors, we need to have some mechanism to get over it. To do that, we use try catch block. There is a try block. This is called a try block. Then there is a catch block. This try and catch are used for any exception handling or any error handling. For example, this is a block. This try contains these 2 statements. You can have any number of statements, not an issue. In this place, if there is any error happening, the script will not stop. It will come to this place. It will come to the catch block. It will come to the catch block and then it will try to write. It will try to do something. So how do I know whether it is correctly working or not? Let us do the same thing. Okay. In this one, let me put document.write value of z. Okay. Let us see. Again, you may not be writing this kind of a statement. You may be putting some alert boxes, something like that. Let us do, okay, instead let me do an alert itself. Alert, error happened. Then let me have a statement over here, document.write. Then I am here. What happens is, if an error happens, subsequent lines are ignored. They will never get executed. So if you want the script to continue without halting, you need to have try block, catch block. Then you can chain your code subsequent to that. So the error, if it happens over here, the control will get transferred here. Then the script will continue. Let us try to execute this. We know it is going to have an error. It needs to come over here. Let us see. Now I am loading this. Let us see what happens over here. Now I need to have this ERR in this one. So this is a variable. This is a built-in variable that we used to use. Let us see. Now you see error happened. That alert box came. But this code is in the catch block. The catch block will not get executed normally. Only when there is a problem in the try block, the code in the catch block will get executed. Till then it will never get executed. Now it is doing this. It has opened up this alert box. When I click OK, look here. The subsequent statements are not ignored. That gets executed now. So the purpose of try catch is, if you have a block, any unknown errors, any uncaught errors, if that happens, the control will automatically come here. If there is no problem here, this code will never get executed. Only when there is a problem, it will come over here, and then you can have some code to overcome it, at least to inform the user to do something. Most importantly, once the exception is caught, the code will not halt. It will start executing the subsequent lines. If you do not have try catch block, if you have 40 lines and an error happens in 25th line, lines from 26 to 40 will not get executed. Whereas if you have try catch block, even if an error happens in one place, the program will not halt. It will start continuing after the catch block. That's the biggest advantage. Now how do I know what error has happened? Let us do something over here. If you watch this statement now I have appended err.message. This dot message is the one that will give you a descriptive information about what the error has happened, because otherwise if simply we give a message error happened, we do not know what error it is. So to get that, we are using err.message. Let us execute this code now. I execute this code. Error happened. It says object HTML document has no method WITE. So it shows some clue to us. Now by reading this I know, okay, there is somewhere WITE. So I'll go back to my script. I'll find out Control F WITE. Oh, it is right there. Then I realize my mistake. WRITE is the right thing. So I correct the mistake. Now let us execute this. This time the alert box will never happen because there will be no error in this place. Let us see this now. Now I execute. You see here value of Z is 2, that is 10 divided by 5. That is getting executed. No alert box comes because the catch block is not executed. Then after the catch block, this code is here. This gets executed. So this is the use of the exception handling in JavaScript. So anywhere you are using any calculations, any date related arithmetic, any complex conditions, always use try and catch block. If you do not use that, there is every chance that your script may halt in between without giving any clue to the developer or to the user. So better use try catch block whenever you have a long code or a cryptic code or a complex code. If it's a simple code, you need not, but if it is a complex code, better to use this. With this, we end this session on try catch block. Thank you.